Shalom. Just making sure everything is good. Everything is going along as planned. Just make sure that everything. I'm just trying to make sure everything good and everything is set. Yeah, I'm about to get underway in a second. Yeah, but I just want to basically, man, I'm just basically talking about these, everything that's going on in the race riots. I know y'all seen what was happening in Virginia with the race riots. It's a lot of shit going on, and it ain't just in Virginia. There's a lot of shit going on everywhere, But the point of it is, is that everybody's watching. Everybody sees what's going on. Everybody sees that, Esau is turning against the Israelites. I mean, it's their time right now for them to turn against us, to stand up, But we knew it was coming. See, the thing about it is, man, here at Great Millstone, man, we've been preaching the chip, the race riots, FEMA camps. We've been pushing this since I don't know how long. And people thought we was crazy. And now they see that we the true men of the Lord because the things that we said come to pass. And hold on, I want to pull up a scripture. I didn't even plan on talking about what I'm going to talk about now, but I'm going to throw this up here real quick. Because, a lot of people don't understand, man, and this is coming out of Deuteronomy. It's Deuteronomy 18 and 22. And it says, hold on, let me make sure I get it. Okay. Here we go. Now we're cooking with grease. Okay, it says, like I said, at Great Millstone, man, we've been pushing the RFID chip, the mark of the beast. We've been pushing this for the longest. We've been pushing the FEMA camps. We've been pushing the race riots. We've been talking about this stuff for years and years on end. People say we was crazy. But now they see these things are coming to pass, which lets you know our elders are true men of the Lord, And they prophesize these things according to the scriptures. According to their understanding of the scriptures, which means that their understanding of the scriptures has to be correct and on point. Because these are men, these are true men of the Lord. Ain't nobody else really could say these things like that. Because everything we were saying, people will say, they going off. They off that new wine. But no, it ain't even that. I'm going to read you a scripture. This is Deuteronomy 18 and 22. And it says, when a prophet speaketh in the name of Yahweh. So if we speak in the name of the Lord according to the scriptures, when a prophet speaketh in the name of Yahweh, if the thing follow not, nor come to pass, that is the thing which Yahweh have not spoken, but the prophet have spoken it presumptuously. Thou shalt not be afraid of him. So these things that he's telling, that the elders been putting out, these teachers and these lessons that he's been putting out, and we've been prophesying on what our teachers been teaching us to prophecy on, these things are coming to pass. Because, these are the true elders, our elders are the true men of the Lord. And these race riots it's nothing to play with, man. This chip that's coming. I've been talking about this chip for a couple of a few weeks now. Mainly because it started right here where I'm at. But let's get back to the race riots. Let's get back to the race riots. And I'm going to hit you with, this is Jeremiah 26 and 8. And it says, now it came to pass when Jeremiah had made an end of speaking all that Yahweh had commanded him to speak unto all the people, that the priests and prophets and all the people took him, saying, thou shalt surely die. Why hast thou prophecy in the name of Yahweh, saying, this house shall be like Shiloh, and this city shall be desolate and without inhabitant. and all the people were gathered against Jeremiah in the house of Yahweh. So basically, we're going to be persecuted for speaking in the name of Yahweh, saying, you know, this, thus say Yahweh, you know. That's why the scriptures say, you know, it's going to be a famine and a pestilence, and a famine and a word, you know. So, we're going to be out here, man. These are the times when you're going to see this brother's going to be out here getting persecuted for preaching the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And it's going to happen, man. You know, and we can't be afraid to go out there and speak the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. I go out by myself, and I speak in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And these devils hate that shit. They kick you out their property, call the police on you, you know, try to catch you and fuck with you or whatever. I'm not worried about none of that, you know. But we got to understand that these race riots is going to come. Look at what's going on in Virginia. You know, it's ugly. They beat a boy. They beat a young brother. These white supremacists, I watched the video. I put it on my page if anybody want to go to Facebook and look at it. The white supremacists, man, they beat the boy. And I even got a picture. I even got a shot of his injury. You know, they broke his ribs and his arms and shit. And he got a big gash in his head. You know, young brother probably had to be about maybe 23 or 22 or 23 or something. And they fucked him up. You know, and these was the white supremacists. You know, then you had Jake coming through that bitch in cars, riding, he mowed down a whole crowd of them bitches. You know what I'm saying? And killed one of them, killed a couple of them. They killed some troopers. It's going down, man. One thing for sure, man, they can't undo this. This can't be, this will not be forgotten. And they're gonna react on this. And people are gonna see that. And I looked at the YouTube, it was a Twitter thing. And it said that it was liked by over 8,000 people. I had a love on it, had a heart on it. So 8,000 people liked the fact that that boy got his shit busted. That tells you a lot about, you know, the people that we dealing with. And these damn devils that's around us that smile in our face because they deceive you, make you think it's all good. But then, bam, they'll raise up on you and turn against you. That's why people got to wake up. This is Ezekiel 4:1. And it says, "Thou also, son of man, take thee a towel and lay it before thee and portray upon it the city, even Jerusalem." So he told them basically, man, get you a flat surface and draw a diagram of the city of Jerusalem on it. And then he says, and then I'm going to continue, he said, "And lay siege against it, and build a fort against it, and cast a mount against it. Set the camp also against it." Set the camp also against it. And set battering rams against it, round about. And you know, and when it say to siege or besiege, it just means to confine or to enclose. So he told them, I'm going to go back up. He says, lay siege against it and build a fort against it and cast a mount against it. Set the camp also against it and set battering rams against it round about. So you got all of these people, the way he drew up the diagram, and they enclosed. And then it says, moreover, take thou unto thee an iron pan, and set it for a wall of iron between the city, between thee and the city. And set thy face against it, and it shall be besieged. And thou shalt lay siege against it. This shall be a sign to the house of Israel. So the iron wall basically, it illustrates the hopelessness of any of us escaping, you know, as far as the Israelites is concerned. That the land that they are captive or confined in, that's going to be mightily oppressed. And that's the prophecy for right now. Now the word besiege. You know, we got a lot of words that we use today that we see in these Bibles and stuff. But to be properly edified on it, you got to find out, you know, what that word meant then. Just like there's a lot of words that we hear every day, and you'll think, okay, this word means that. That word means this because I look in the dictionary. No, you got to look at the concordance to find out exactly what that word means. So the word besiege, it means to confine, bind, besiege, transliteration. It just means to trap. So And when it says it besieged, it means to enclose, or confine. And as far as these FEMA camps, this includes the FEMA camps, because pretty soon, Jacob's going to be placed in FEMA camps, a.k.a. jails, because, our people right now are locked up in jails right now, all the penitentiaries, especially in Illinois and Chicago, full of Israelites, And them gonna be them. And if you, and I'm sorry to say this, but if you are in captivity, when Jacob's trouble kick all the way in, you're never gonna get out of that jail unless you take that chip. And if you take that chip, you're gonna be destroyed by the Most High. And I talked about slavery, and all of that, last week in a sit down that I was doing, and I was explaining to people that slavery, we all slaves, all of us, all the Israelites are slaves. Yeah, so I'm tired, but all the Israelites are slaves, all of us are slaves. And I'm gonna break this down real good for you, real quick. Then I'm gonna move on. Okay, back in those days, we had a yoke of iron on our neck, and we were, for the most part, sent out to work and beaten to work harder and faster. If you get tired and start slowing down, they'll crack that whip. That white man will crack that whip on your back so you can work harder. Okay, we're not in that type of slavery no more. Because we've been conditioned through all of those years of them doing that to us. We've been conditioned to accept being oppressed. We like the crouching lion. He just crouched down. The scriptures say, "Who shall rouse him up?" So we've been conditioned all these years to endure slavery. And to be okay with it. And you may say, "Oh, I got a job. I ain't no slave. Fuck this white man, I got a job. I can go do this, I can go do that." Okay. That white man ain't gonna let you make no money that's gonna really, that you can really come up off of. He's gonna give you just enough, just like he did in the slavery days. He's gonna give you just enough to keep you working. Like when it's in the slavery days, you didn't get money. They fed you bullshit. They gave you just enough food and water that you don't die, that you get back out there and keep working, that your body can keep going. This is what they did. They never gave you, you never had a reward coming from the slave master. And now, in these days, it's the same thing. They say, okay, we're gonna make them feel like they got some freedom. We're not gonna beat them and whip them and make them go out there in the cornfield. We're gonna just close their ass off in society, and the only way they're gonna survive is they gotta go out there and work for us. We're gonna pay them lower wages than we pay our people, and they're gonna do the same work or harder work, and we're gonna give them just enough that they can pay all their bills. They gotta pay for everything. We're gonna charge them for everything. They're gonna pay all their bills. And when they get through paying their bills, they're going to have just enough to get their ass back over here to work again. And the scriptures back that up, It said that we shall bring, they said we should plant vineyards and stuff that we would not partake of, that we won't be able to eat from. And now what that's telling you is, that's talking about the work that we're doing. We're building up companies. We working with these companies, and these companies making billions of dollars, but we ain't seeing none of it. For all the fruits of our labor, we're not seeing none of it. We're giving just enough money to function, to get back to work, And if you don't do it, you're gonna lose your house. You're gonna be living on the street, And you don't want to do that. Most of us got kids, so you got to go out there and you got to slave for this white man. We are still in slavery. We are still in captivity. Believe that. But it's a lot of us that won't wake up. There's a lot of us that don't want to understand that, and accept the fact that we are the true Israelites of the Bible. From the lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You're gonna have a bunch of these idiot dudes that come out here that's trying to debate certain things and all that shit. I don't deal with debates no more. You know, I've learned that a debate ain't gonna help nobody. Cause you got one group of motherfuckers saying this, and you got another group of motherfuckers saying that. He ain't trying to hear what you talking about. You ain't trying to hear what you talking about. Ooh, Salaki. Who gonna learn something? Who gonna learn something? You know? But see, what they don't understand, man, that the power of the Most High, and the beautiful thing about this truth is the fact that we were wicked as hell before we came into this truth. We were super wicked. And don't worry about fucking up, you know, because you're going to fuck up. Scripture saying, why a righteous man falls 7 times, you know. So if he fell 7 times, that means every time he fell, he got back up. So you're not going to lie, you're not going to wallow in sin, or you're not going to wallow in wickedness. You're going to get back up off that shit and keep it trucking, you know, because, you know, that's your spirit, that's the right thing to do. That's what makes you a righteous man. So don't worry about making mistakes. Let me read you something. And this is, I'm out of the Apocrypha. This is the King James Apocrypha. And this is the Wisdom of Solomon. Chapter 16, verse 10. And it says, but thy sons, not the very teeth of venomous dragons, overcame. For thy mercy was ever by them, and healed them. So the mercy of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is what heals, is what saves. It's that when you get that spirit on you, you got the power to wake up and see shit the way it's supposed to be. You get to find out who your enemy is. Everything is possible through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So let me read that again. It said, but thy sons, not the very teeth of venomous dragons, overcame. For thy mercy was ever by them, and healed them. For they were pricked, and they should remember thy words, and were quickly saved, that not failing into deep forgetfulness, they might be continually mindful of thy goodness. For it was neither herb nor mollifying plaster that restored them to health, but thy word, O Yahweh, which healeth all things. And that's what I'm telling you. And then it said, for thou hast power of life and death. Thou leadest to the gates of hell and bringest up again. So the whole thing of that scripture that I just read you, and this wake up, man. This wake up, it's a mass wake up going on, and people don't get it, but it's here and it's happening. You know? So the best thing you can do is trust in the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. A lot of people go to all of these different books trying to get knowledge, you know. We got brothers that's seeking, they seeking through the word, trying to, through other books, through dictionaries and other people's interpretation of the scriptures. You know, all of these books, you know. And in Ecclesiastes 12:12, it tells you. King Solomon says it. He said, admonish from the reading of many books, for there is no end. You know, it's a vexation of the flesh. You know, you just doing something, and you're not getting no truth. It ain't no end to it. Because you're going to read one book, then you're going to read another book, and you ain't going to never get the truth. You know, that's like looking for the answers to life and death in a fairy tale. You know, you can't find it there. You got to go to the source. And what is the source? The Holy King James Bible, the Holy King James Bible, 1611. Or you can get the regular King James version. You know, just buy you the King James version of Apocrypha, like I got right here. Like right here, this is the Apocrypha. This is like, and if you look at it close, it says King James Authorized Version. So these are the 14 books that the devil stole out of the Bible, you know, and he took it out of the Bible for a reason, because if had that been in the Bible, you know, during our slavery time, slavery wouldn't have lasted as long as it did, and it wouldn't have worked as thoroughly as it worked either. But you know, we had to be conditioned, so they had to take away stuff that would, you know, tip the scale, even though, you know, we had people like Nat Turner and all of them that woke up that, you know, was seeing what was going on. But, you know, y'all just got to be mindful of what's going on, because you got to understand that in the scriptures, you know, we got current events that's going on. You got to line it up. You got to line up the prophecies that's in Ezekiel and Daniel and Revelations. You know, these entire prophecies, you got to line them up with what's going on today that you see on the news, you know. And you can't just discount nothing. One thing about it, all news you got to pay attention to. Even if it ain't from CNN and all that, because really, that's the fake news. Because they're the ones the Jewish news channels, that their whole purpose is to keep you off balance, to distract you, you know. Like all the shit that's going on right now, a lot of y'all don't know that this world is at war right now. It's at a standstill right now. It's at a stalemate right now. Or sort of like a cold war. It's one person waiting on somebody to knock the battery off the other person's shoulder, but it's there. They're waiting, you know. But I know the war ain't gonna happen yet, because there's some things that gotta go down before, you know, the destruction come upon this place. But it's coming. We real close to the destruction. You know, it's a lot of prophecies that gotta hit. Like we gotta go through those. We gotta go through the FEMA camp. First the race ride, the FEMA camp, then the chip. Well, the chip gonna be going through the whole situation, because the chip is already implemented, but it's not fully implemented yet. It's implemented, but it's not like being made mandatory yet. It's just right now it's at the beginning stage. That's why I say we're at the beginning of Jacob's trouble. You know, we just passed through the beginning of the sorrow. We came out of that when they started bringing this chip out. So like I said, Great Millstone been preaching about this chip for the longest. People ain't been listening. You know, we've been talking about the race riots and the FEMA camps. You see everything that we talking about and been talking about, especially the apostles of Great Millstone. They've been talking about this stuff, man, since YouTube, man, since YouTube started. They ain't just, you know, and I've been pushing it. I've been talking about this stuff for years, you know, and now we seeing it come to pass, you know. So, man, you just gotta open your eyes, man, because everything that's going on, man, it's gonna happen quick. It's gonna happen quick. So, you know, with that being said, I'm gonna give all praise to y'all about Shem Yahushua. I want to give honors to the apostles, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, and also I would like to give honors to the Akim that's pushing this truth and sincerity to the four corners. I want to say shalom, and I'm gonna holler at you.